Jon Ronson is on a mission. He wants to understand psychopaths. So he takes the famous Psychopath Test, a test created by Dr. Robert Hare. It's a checklist, 20 items, all designed to reveal if someone has psychopathic traits. At first, Jon thinks, this will be easy. But then things get a little strange. Very strange. Psychopaths are not like what we see in the movies. They're not all serial killers or creepy villains. Many are charming, successful, powerful. They could be your boss, or your neighbor, or the person sitting next to you on the bus. Jon learns about the traits. Superficial charm, no empathy, manipulative, pathological lying. The list goes on. He starts to wonder, how many psychopaths are walking among us? To find out, Jon talks to an expert. He meets Dr. Bob Hare, the psychologist, who developed the test. Dr. Hare says, you could walk into any prison and find people who score 30 out of 40 on the test. But you can also walk into any corporate boardroom and find the same scores. That makes Jon pause. Corporate boardrooms? Psychopaths in suits? It sounds crazy, but Dr. Hare insists psychopaths thrive in environments where they can manipulate others, and where better than in positions of power. Jon begins to see the world differently. He starts to look at people through the lens of the checklist. Every CEO, politician, and banker now seems a little suspicious. He interviews one particular person who's labeled as a psychopath. The man says, I'm not evil. I'm just different. The world needs people like me. We get things done. Sure, I don't feel emotions the way others do, but that's not a bad thing. It's an advantage. Jon realizes this test isn't as black and white as he thought. It's not just about labeling people as good or bad. It's about understanding human nature, understanding why some people rise to power while others don't. But there's a twist. As Jon delves deeper, he starts to wonder, what if taking the test makes him see psychopaths everywhere? What if the world isn't as full of psychopaths as it seems? Maybe, just maybe, the test is making him paranoid. At one point, Jon reflects, the problem with defining psychopaths is that the criteria are so broad, almost anyone could fit the bill. Do you lack empathy? You might be a psychopath. Are you impulsive? Could be another sign. Where do we draw the line? It's a question with no easy answer. And Jon's journey leaves us all wondering, who among us might secretly be a psychopath? In the end, Jon doesn't give us a clear answer. Instead, he says maybe the real question isn't about spotting psychopaths. Maybe it's about why we're so obsessed with finding them. And with that, Jon leaves us thinking, is the world really full of psychopaths? Or are we just seeing what we want to see?